your music teacher was like, hey, you got to get this guy on. I vouch for him. He's really good. And I was like, okay, looked it up and I agreed. So is that your music teacher got in touch?
Yeah, so year 10 through 13, he was a music teacher while I was still at school, and his name's Luke Hassler. He's the absolute man. I love that guy. Thank you so much, Teacher Luke, for putting me through.
That's great.
But yeah, him and his wife Oriana have their own tracks, and they're so beautiful, very God-glorifying, and just really, really professionally made tracks and beautiful songs.
Did you know that he sent a message through to us?
No, I had no idea. This whole thing was so out of the blue for me. I had no idea. Yeah.
And then when Bjorn reached out to you and finally grabbed you, you said, yeah, come on in.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
And I said to Bjorn, I got no idea who Oscar is. I don't know where you're from. I don't know what your background is. I don't know what your passion is. So here, bro, this is a 101. We're going to get to know you a little bit. So you're originally from Auckland?
Yes.
And you just said they're your music teacher. So is that from school? And then did you carry that on? Have you always been musically inclined?
I've always loved music, and it's always been a big hobby of mine, but I didn't take it past school. So after school, I actually went into studying engineering, so totally different realms of life. But I started playing guitar when I was 11 years old, and I attend City Impact Church, so I've been part of their worship team for many years, and even City Impact Church School, they have their own worship team and worship services every morning, so I've always been part of that. So that's sort of where my love for music has stemmed from.
Yeah,
and
right.
Yeah, so I've carried that on ever since, and I've just been, slowly attaining producing equipment and musical gear over the years, and I just tinker around with Ableton and making songs.
There's another cool track, and it was the one that he actually pointed out. You can go look this up online, but it's the one, is it your sister that you recorded it with, the Growing Older?
Yeah, that one's called A Little Bit Older. That's about, my younger sister wrote the crux of that song. Yeah, she's a talented writer, actually.
It was very cute, man, like hearing two siblings singing together, and it's kind of about, someone leaving the nest and growing up and the change of relationship and stuff. It's a very cool song.
Thank you.
Musical family then?
Yes. Yeah.
Far out. Dude, I'm glad we got you in, because people need to know all about you. Okay, let's go back to the Ed Sheeran comparison. Okay? Because I honestly, when Bjorn was playing it out there, I was thinking, this is such a beautiful jam. Is it Ed Sheeran's brand new jam? And he just looked at me and goes, dude, I don't know who this is.
I said the song has 17 views on YouTube.
Yeah, it's true. 18 now.
Bro, I'm really hoping you're going to smash the views from this. But, okay, so is that the first time you've heard that comparison? Please tell me.
No, absolutely not. So I think... So Ed Sheeran, firstly, I've been a fan of his for a long time, especially when I was younger. I'd listen to his songs all the time. I'm a huge fan of his ability to storytell in his songs, especially his older music. And so I kind of grew up listening to that stuff, and that was sort of shaped the way that I songwrite and the way that I sing. And I think also being, a guy of a smaller frame like Ed Sheeran, we're a similar height. We just naturally have the same sort of tone in our voice,
Do you reckon height's got to do with that?
Absolutely, yeah, because it's like the room that your voice has to reverberate and get created from.
The harmonic resonance of your body.
Exactly.
That's why you and I can't sing. That's why we're useless.
You saying I'm fat? Are you saying I'm fat? Is that what...
height. So on that then, on the Ed Sheeran comparison, I mean, that's massive compliment, I would say.
Absolutely.
So, what's taking you so long to get yourself out there?
Okay. Well, yeah, honestly. Well, I don't think my voice holds a candle to Ed Sheeran's, firstly. But secondly, like the bottleneck here is the difficulty the difficulty in producing music.
Yeah.
Like I've had very, very limited experience, and I've just got like the free version of Ableton and like some stock plugins and stuff. So it's been really difficult to grow my ability to produce songs. So I've written tons of songs, but I haven't like gotten around to producing them yet.
Well, we encourage you, bro, because we thought you were amazingly talented.
So much.
I mean, we played out a cover you did before, so it's someone else's song, but your own music. What's the kind of, what do you write about? What's your inspiration and stuff behind all that?
Yeah, so I sort of dabble in two worlds. I do a lot of songwriting, Christian music, and I do a lot of Christian contemporary music also. I write a bit for City Impact Church as well, which is always a pleasure and a lot of fun. But I also dabble in just regular sort of pop music and country indie folk kind of stuff.
Cool. Country's popular at the moment.
Yeah. Or more the country vibe, not the country voice.
That is definitely a vibe at the moment. I mean, You can lean into your faith if you want to answer this question as well. But is this what I know you're studying engineering right now, And I guess that's what's going to make you money. Yeah. But what about your music? Where does that sit in terms of priority and what you're doing, maybe getting into the Christian music scene? What is there a place for that for you now?
Yeah, look, this is actually a question that I'm still figuring out also, and I think the reality is that in the world of music, you have to be like the best of the best of the best to make any kind of money off it. And you know, I believe that, you know, God's given me this gift, and I believe that He's called me, you know, to write songs, and I've had people tell me to pursue that, and I am in my spare time and in my hobbies. But I think, I don't know, I'm still trying to figure out the placement of where to place music in my life, you know, and I'm studying data science at the moment, so I sort of migrated from engineering, but very, very unrelated worlds. But yeah, I'm still figuring that one out, if I'm honest.
Well, you know what? Dude, from us,
yeah.
I know it's not a priority right now, but if you can make some room for it, I think people would love to hear you, bro.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You'd be able to get AI to write your music anyway pretty soon. So that'll all be sorted for you.
ChatGPT, yeah.
Yeah.